Today I'm going to show you how to make a Chinese little girl cupcake. This one's for Vietnamese and Chinese New Year. So I'm just going to start out by icing a cupcake ready for decorating. You can see a slower version of this part on my channel at Macau. There's already a video called How to Ice a Cupcake for Decorating. Okay, I basically do it this way so that I have the cupcake flat, so that when I roll the icing to lay on, it's basically smooth for me. It's not totally flat, it's kind of semi-domed. Okay, now I'm using some skin coloured fondant. I've got this colour by mixing a tiny little bit of brown with white fondant. Now fondant's just a type of icing that you can get from your local grocery store. I think in Australia you can get it at Woolworths and Coles in the cake decorating section. Okay, you buy it white and you just you colour it whatever colour you want. You can also buy pre-coloured fondant, like here with the black. This is pre-coloured fondant. Black and other dark colours like red and a Christmas green are really hard to make yourself because there's quite a bit of dye content in there. So I tend to buy these colours already pre-coloured, like the black and the bright reds and the bright greens. All my pastel colours and everything else I can mix by myself because they're lighter colours to mix. Okay, so after covering the cupcake with the skin coloured fondant, I've rolled out some black fondant, and now I'm just going to use the same circle cutter to cut out the shape of her hair. So it looks like a moon shape that I've just cut out. Then I'm going to use my palette knife to basically give the hair a little bit more definition. I've just trimmed a little bit off the edges there, and now I'm just going to cut little bits into her hair to make it look more like a fringe, or what hair would normally look like. Okay, once I do that, I'm going to check it on the cupcake just to make sure it sits how I want, and then I'm going to glue it on with some edible glue. There is a video on how to make edible glue on my channel as well. Here I'm just balling up some more black fondant. I'm going to create 2 balls of the same size. They're basically going to be part of the little girl's hair, or her hair up in little buns. And notice how the black dye and the fondant has gotten onto my hand, so that may happen to you. Just remember to wash and dry your hands if you don't want to transfer that colour onto your other colours. Okay, so I'm going to use my edible glue, like I said, and glue on the black fondant. Sometimes the fondant is really sticky and you don't need the glue, but in this case it wasn't sticky enough, so I'm just going to put some on. The edible glue, there is a tutorial, like I said, on my channel called How to Make, I think it's called How to Make Edible Glue. Yeah, it's basically Tylose powder mixed with water in a bottle. I'm using a bottle that looks like a nail polish bottle, but it's never actually had nail polish in it. It's a specific bottle from a cake decorating supply shop. So just don't use an old nail polish bottle for that. You can put in whatever container you want. Just use a brush to brush it on. If you don't have edible glue, just use water. It works the same. Now here I'm using just a big fat straw, and I'm cutting it up so that I can make a shape that's similar to a semicircle. I'm using this to show you how to create something to put an indent in her face so it looks like she's got a smile on her face. Then I'm gonna just put a little bit of detail where the smile ends, and now I'm just rolling up some more black fondant to create her eyes. I've already put little indents for her eyes and her nose with my little balling tool. But if you don't have one, you don't need to do that part. You can just stick it on without doing the little indents. Okay, so if you guys are liking my videos, please let me know. Throw me a comment. I love hearing your feedback. There is also another tutorial that goes with this one, the little Chinese boy, obviously. So hopefully you guys get to check it out as well. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel at Macau on YouTube, and then you'll be notified every time I upload a video. Okay, so I've just created a little nose for her using the same coloured fondant, the skin coloured fondant, and I'm sticking that on. And now I'm just going to ball up 2 tiny little balls of skin coloured fondant, and they're going to be her little ears. So basically the roughly the same size, sorry. And then I'm going to stick it on to where her ears are supposed to be, and I'm going to use my little balling tool again just to create an indentation so it does look like 2 little ears. Okay, now she's Getting close to completion. Like I said, I'm just going to indent the ears to make them look like they're little ears. Okay, and then now I'm going to use a little bit of I think you can use petal dust. I think that's what they call it. It's kind of like a powdered dye that you can just kind of dust on, just to give her cheeks a little bit of rosiness. Now I'm using some pre-colored red fondant, or this one's actually bought from a shop. Like I said, the darker colors are harder to mix yourself. If you try to mix this color, you probably just keep getting like a pink color instead of a red color, or a very light red color. Okay, so I'm rolling it out with my hands to make it really, really thin. If you find the fondant really sticky, you can use some corn flour to dust your surface, and your hands as well. Okay, your hands actually heat up the fondant, which makes it more pliable and more sticky the more you mix it up. Okay, now I'm measuring out parts of the hair ties around her bun. Once I get one length, I'm just going to cut out 2. And then I'm going to stick it on with some more edible glue and just trim it down to size. And then I'm going to use a little tool. I don't know what the exact name of the tool is called. But if you don't have this particular tool, you can just use a toothpick, I suppose, or something that's kind of pointy that you can create the texture with, and use it to create a little bit of texture on the hair tie. And then she's almost finished. Okay, so yeah, like I said, if you haven't subscribed, click that subscribe button, and yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts, and I'd love you to join my channel if you have the time to watch it. Okay, thanks again for watching, everybody. Don't forget to check out my channel and check out the other tutorial too of the little Chinese boy. And you guys have a fantastic Chinese and Vietnamese New Year if you celebrate it. And I think it's the year of the snake this year. So yeah, Happy New Year to everybody there who's celebrating it. You guys take care and have a wonderful New Year.